With the state of today's economy, it is more important than ever to invest in products that last for years to come. As the seasons shift and get cooler, make sure your closet is stocked with durable layers that stand the test of time from American Giant. American Giant's clothes work harder and are wearable season after season. Their greatest hoodie ever made is made of the highest quality materials that are cut and sewn right here in the United States. So you're investing right back into your local community. Choosing American Giant means taking a stand for American manufacturing and hardworking Americans, something other mega corporations don't care about. From fleece to knit, all in a range of colors for versatile daily wear, American Giant delivers everyday pieces designed for everyday life. Feel the difference of quality made-to-last clothes from American Giant. Get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20 at american-giant.com. That's 20% off your first order at american-giant.com with code STAPLE20.
They're trying to pull me down to their level and I can't. I'm going to elevate you up. So I'm going to keep moving forward. And eventually, because you have some sort of access to me, whether it's through social media, through podcasts, whatever, you will eventually move forward. But I cannot do that. And it's hard. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. You're going to want to call them. You're going to want to do it. But just take a pulse. How do you feel after you talk to that person? What are your conversations about? Are we talking about making money and how can we use LinkedIn more effective and how can we grow our career? Are we talking about the same people, the same things that we did 10 years ago? So that's why we keep having to go back to, I remember when, because you're not even inviting this new person who I am as a wife, a mother, a social media strategist, an author, your podcast, a marketer, all of this qualities that you have.
Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
This episode is brought to you by the best AI software online called Goody. That's Goody. Goody will help you create all content for your blogs, websites, newsletters, articles, ads, and even pictures, LinkedIn posts, Twitter, you name it. All you got to do is go to lopezthesane.com/goody. That's Goody. And the best part about Goody is absolutely free. That's right. It's free for the first 7 days. You can cancel at any time. Goody will help you create all your contents for your blogs and websites online. And it's 100% absolutely free, full access for the first 7 days. All you got to do, just go to my website. That's lopezthesane.com/goody. That's Goody. Or just click the link in the show notes and get started today. Welcome to another episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast. I'm your host, Lopez. So like and share this episode. So with that being said, any thoughts, concerns, if you need any help, you can always reach out at my website, my personal website, at lopezthesane.com, or you can always send me an email at support@kingofcashflowwebsites.com, or so just use the contact info in the show notes. It's easy. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me if you need any help when it comes to any type of promotion, website promotion online. That's how you get in contact with me. So with that being said, today I have another special guest. She's recognized by some of the biggest companies in the world, like Forbes, CEO Weekly, and other top she's a sought after speaker that ignites audiences with a powerful message around the country. She has a life coaching business that's on track to making $100 million. And she's a founder of a company called Lovely Is Your Story, which provides life-changing online education and one-on-one coaching and courses that help clients worldwide. My special guest today is Lovely Marshall. Welcome to the show. So, where are you from?
I am originally from Kansas City, Kansas. And I know I'm not in Kansas anymore, but I moved to Houston, Texas about 12 years ago for career and love.
Okay, that's nice. So how'd you get into the, coaching, personal development world? How'd that get started? How'd that come about?
I would say it started about 8 years ago with the dream, where my life was anything but lovely. So the name of my company is Lovely Is Your Story because my life was a hot mess, as we say. And I really just was like, God, death has to be better than this. And if death is not better than this, then I need like a story. Like I need you to change my story. And so started really with Iyanla Vanzant. I love her. Got into Zig Ziglar, a lot of personal help, the old school Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and really just saw like so many women, so many men who also was going through things. So I always say like there's only 1.9 million people that are incarcerated, but there's over 32 million Americans that are like living in a prison because we're in a prison in our mind. And I really just wanted to help myself. That's really what it was about. It was me just starting with affirmations, letting myself know that I'm worthy, I'm lovable, that I am wise. And then it just became like a lot of my friends were like, okay, you just turned your life around. Like, how did you do it? How did you go from nursing school failure to ended up at Facebook? How did you go from being a single mom to just reuniting with the love of your life? Like, how did you do these things? And I'm like, really, like, how did I do it? Like, what was the thing? And I just noticed it was a bunch of various things that I did. And really just learning like how people are coming to you like, hey, I see you have this podcast and I want to be on it. I want to be a part of this movement. So I think it's a number of things that sort of lead you to it. But I believe the ultimate piece was honestly just wanting people to know that they belonged. Once I really got into a high level role at corporate America and I kept hearing, oh, I don't belong here and I feel this imposter syndrome, I really wanted a way to sort of eliminate those career obstacles. And so that's how it came into starting out coaching so many individuals with helping them get to various FANG companies. And then now it just feels like, okay, now this is something that I want to do forever, and turned in my resignation to Facebook and started my own organization.
Oh, that's nice. So how did you know that you could help other people? How'd you have the confidence?
I think it's kind of those conversations, like just like with us before we got started, it was just the conversation of, hey, so how are you feeling today? Really sending in things. I just always been an encourager. I was one of the kids, I talked too much in school. So my mom told me to carry a Bible around at school. So once I was done with my work, I wouldn't get in trouble with the teachers, and reading the Bible at school really just got me a lot of scripture, Psalms, Proverbs. And then when I was at work, again, I was myself just struggling figuring out like, what do I want to do? And I would send myself these inspirational notes, and people would come by my cubicle and be like, could you send that to me? I'm like, oh, sure. So then it became like, today is a magnificent Monday, and people will be like, oh my gosh, I sent that to my sister, cousin, brother, and like, are you going to send out another one? And then it became where I was sending out 100 newsletters coincidentally of like various inspirations, things that I may have been subscribed to, prayers that I was praying, just motivational things that I would just say to myself, and people would really be transformed by it. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing something, but I didn't like really recognize the impact that it was having until a friend of mine was like, really listening to you and having you in my life really saved my life. And that's when it like hit me like, okay, this is not just something that is sort of like a task. Like, this is really empowering other people to move forward through our day-to-day crap that we're going through. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. I'm certain with you, like, you're like, dang, I don't want to do another one. It's just so exhausting. And then really making sure that people have it, because it gets sad sometimes. Like, I will have people be like, remove me off of your list. And I'm like, why? Like, what did I do? Like, what did God do to like make you do that? So I am learning not to take things personal, just recognizing that they're not just meant to be on the train right now. And hopefully they will find their own tribe that they can connect with, but like, don't take it offensive.
Yeah, everybody's not for everybody. And I've learned not to take things serious as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can relate to that. So now how did you get a job with Facebook? How did that happen? And the reason why I asked that, because I've somebody told me to apply for a job with Facebook in Atlanta, right? Because they have a building in Marietta. Now, I've never actually been there, but I know it's there. And before I even, applied, somebody was like, man, they get like, I think they said 5,000 applicants an hour. It was a crazy number. Somebody told me. So I said, if they're getting 5,000 applicants every hour, how am I supposed to get past that, bro? So what was your experience with Facebook?
So funny story. I was not looking for Facebook. I tell everybody, LinkedIn is a powerhouse. If you are not on LinkedIn and you are looking for careers, everybody is there. You want to know who the CEO of the company is and have direct access to them? They're 90% of the time on LinkedIn. So I actually was looking to go to Amazon. I come from a healthcare background, and Amazon was building their Amazon Care. And I was like, oh, well, let me look at all of the top people who are at Amazon, Google, Facebook, and let's see what their profiles look like. What do they have? Who are they interacting with? So then I just connected with everybody who would accept me through Facebook. I think I sent like 20 applications out to connect with them on LinkedIn, just to surround myself with other people, see what they're talking about, see what they're doing. And then like within 2 weeks, the recruiter from Google, Facebook, LinkedIn all reached out to me and was like, hey, we were impressed by your profile and we want to get to interview you. And one of my friends was like, how you gonna get to Facebook? Like, you don't even have a degree. And I'm like, okay, the guy who owns Facebook doesn't have a degree. Like, I'm just gonna let that stop me. I think they're interested in me because of the knowledge, the skills that I have. And that honestly is what happened. So I never applied to Facebook until after I got the job offer. Like, once you get the job offer, then you have to officially apply and take the position. But I never officially applied for it. But I heard those same things. It's even deeper than that. So of the $5,000 per hour that they get, they have 2,000 interviews that they do a month. And of that, less than 1% are accepted. And what's really kind of like staggering is like Facebook isn't like other companies and Google. You get one shot per year. And if you mess up, you do not get to apply for that same position type. Now you could be a product manager and then you could apply for an engineer. That's a different interview. But unfortunately, within their like whole ecosystem, they can see like that you applied and that you quote unquote didn't meet their bar. So there have been some people who like had success, but like you generally have to wait an entire year. So I took it very seriously of like, okay, this isn't just the how do you do and what are you doing? I watched YouTube videos. I got coaching myself to make sure that I was ready to meet their caliber of people. And within 90 days, I went from making 120K to over $500,000. Like, so it was definitely worth the payoff, but it's not just as easy as, okay, somebody looked at my LinkedIn profile and was like, yeah, we want you. It was simply going through the process, really studying, understanding their mission and what they're trying to do. You know, like the Love Can't Wait podcast, like it's really about that. They're very much driven by their mission and their vision, as so many companies are. And you really just want to make sure that you like have that and fit within the community. So I was fortunate enough to have the right people see me and show me favor.
Yeah, you know, I always say that it takes time on any of these social media platforms. And back then, you know, I wasn't actually on LinkedIn at the time when I was. No, I'm just recently. I'd say probably like 5 years ago. Just recently got on LinkedIn, and you know, at first I was just trying to figure how to maneuver and figure things out because when I came on, it wasn't a lot of people. There wasn't a lot of books out about LinkedIn. It was more like a couple courses or whatever, but everybody was saying something different. This is how you interact with people on LinkedIn. And I remember at one point you couldn't even write an article on LinkedIn. It was more of, you know, you can go on LinkedIn, you can send emails to people, you can post, you can post something, but you know, article writing is fairly new. So what would you tell someone that's just getting on LinkedIn today?
First thing, it depends on the situations that you're trying to do. Are you trying to grow your career? Are you trying to do your business? I would say if it's a business perspective, then the very first thing you should do is not be like me and hide your side hustle. So because I've been doing coaching for about 3 years now, no one really knew it because I was afraid. What is my boss going to say? What are these people are going to say? Oh, shit. So let it be known that you are the go-to person. Like I did check out your LinkedIn profile. You have your specialties. You're like, hey, look, I can do your website. I'm a social media person. Here's tips and tricks that I know. So let people know what you're known for. And that is something that not enough people do. So when you do branch out, if you're the best known hair person in the world, guess what? Professionals need hairstylists. So how you position it to say like, hey, here's my article and I'm going to write how you can rock your natural hair and show up to be a professional, or I'm going to show you how as a professional you can wear long hair and not have it be in your face so that way you can take yourself seriously. Those are powerful things that people need to know as professionals, where you can position your business but make it about you, without like saying like, oh, well, this goes against company policy. I know a lot of people are doing that. They're using their own unique experiences and then they're saying, here's what I learned. And this is how you could be able to do it. So then it puts you as that thought leader where people are going to want to reach out to you like, hey, Lovely, I didn't know that you were doing career coaching, or I didn't know you knew so much about LinkedIn. Could you tell me more? And then that's where you share things like I saw in yours. You have like one-on-one coaching and one-on-one opportunities to do master classes and do boot camp, so that way you can ensure that you can do things necessary for you. So it's really powerful what you're doing if you're trying to brand your business. But if you're trying to do it from a career perspective, the number one thing is, I would say, is try to connect with 5 people a day with different connections. So if you are at marketing, because that's the number one thing right now, marketing and AI. If you have marketing AI, like everybody wants you. So be sure that you have those skill sets listed on there. And as we talked about, there's 1 billion users on the platform. It's so empowering. You get the director right there. You know who the recruiters are. So if you're looking for a company for a podcast and you're wanting to get with Spotify, they will tell you directly who the recruiters are for Spotify. You can search all of that information. It's very empowering ways that you could do it versus, like he said, 5-10 years ago, you weren't granted that access. You had to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And the number one thing in terms of growing your career, like he mentioned, is company referrals. I have so many people who have really spoke my name in rooms that I wasn't even in, to say like, hey, Lovely is the person that you need, that really moves your application forward. So when you have 5,000 people per hour, and if you got somebody say, hey, out of that 5,000, this is the one that you should take a look at, it's a game changer for your career. And so that's why I love that about LinkedIn. And people sleep on past companies. So like, even though right now it says that I have a past company for Facebook or Meta platforms, I still am connected with over 200 professionals who work at Facebook that I could say like, hey, colleague, I know this person. They went through my coaching program. I believe that they meet Meta standards. You're going to get a bonus referral for having them, but they'll also be able to stay and make you look well. Would you mind doing like a company referral for them? And even though I'm not there anymore, because I have direct access to people who are there, it's really a way to like up level you as an individual who's like interested in companies like that. So I would definitely say like, do not sleep on people that it says previous company, especially if they just left within the past year. 9 times out of 10, they really have great resources that they could also connect you to.
Yeah, and you said something that was very important, because when I at one point, especially when I first came on LinkedIn or any of these social media sites, I never used to tell people that I had a job. I completely hid that because I was afraid that if my job found out I was doing something outside of the job, that maybe I would get some pushback, or maybe they would try to get rid of me. I don't know. Now, I've seen this happen before with somebody. So I was like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna just tell people this is all I'm doing, but eventually it caught up with me. Somebody saw me online one day. I don't know. I don't even know what site. I didn't even ask, but I know they saw me online because of something they said to me. And I was like, oh, okay. He saw me somewhere. And so that's when I said, well, and then the word got back to, I think my manager or somebody. So I'm like, well, I might as well just go all out now. What is, they already know. So that's what made me decide to I just put it all out there. Said, hey, this is what I've done. This is what I can do to help you. And, so that's what I did,
And that's so, you just stated something that is so crucial. So one of the articles that I posted is all about blocking your boss. Like, a lot of people are so fearful of showing up because they're like, what is this person going to think? What is that person going to think? Block them. Like, if you block them on LinkedIn, you will be surprised how you show up. And I mean, block your boss, block your colleagues. If you sent the email to somebody 3 months ago, block them, because it's a great way for you to show up, especially if you're looking to leave anyway. It's a good way of doing it. And we can talk about the pros and cons of it so many times. Like, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn so we can talk about the pros and cons of it. But I guarantee you the number one reason why your listeners are not playing it all out full force is because of what you said. We're fearful. What are they going to say? What are they going to think? What are they going to do? They won't know. If you block them, they will simply not know that you don't even exist there. But you are doing yourself a disservice of future clients, of future people who you can connect with, if you simply are not doing it. So it's like, it's a two-way street. You either block your boss, or your boss and your other colleagues are going to block you from moving forward. So that's the way that you have to look at it and think about things. So powerful statement.
Yeah. See, I didn't even think about blocking anybody at that time. Because I didn't even know you could do that at the time. I'm like, man, I'm just thinking, how do I help myself not get caught up in a tight situation? So yeah, you live and learn, and you just learn from it and move on. So how do you how'd you reinvent yourself? I mean, because I know where you started from, you're not in the same place. And the longer as we tend to go on this journey, we tend to grow and evolve and everything. So how do you, keep going and keep growing? How did you do it?
You just said some powerful things. How do you reinvent yourself? I think it's a daily thing. So I was talking to my husband, and he was even saying, like, babe, you're not the same person that you were 30 days ago because of my mindset, things that I can add now to my, reputation. Now I can say I'm a podcaster because I've been on guest shows like yourselves and others. That wasn't something that I even thought about 30 days. It was just like, you got to be online. You got to be online. You got to be online. And so I think a matter of reinventing yourself is really getting around people who you never knew or never met before. I have done a lot of networking this past 3 months than I've done my entire life. Every week I'm at a networking event and I'm learning what's out there. Like today, I learned about this incredible platform that we're streaming from. And I think it's a matter of being okay with learning. So not only did I block my boss, I blocked a lot of family members. I blocked a lot of friends because I had to choose me. I recognize that there's something that people will say, and I'm certain your listeners, when they hear it, they're going to say this one thing. Listen, you don't listen to anything else I have said. Listen to this part. Listen, they will say, I remember when. That is a death sentence. I remember when you used to do this. I remember when you used to do that. That was all people would say about me. If I would say, hey, I'm doing this incredible thing at Facebook, or I'm looking to get married and I want to travel here and I want my kids to do this. Remember when, girl, you used to do this? It was just always the sort of slight that people will do, like when you say things about your podcast. Oh, it's about your little podcast. It's the backhanded compliment. And when you recognize that too often people are saying, I remember when, then that's a time that you need to begin to distance yourself. And I guarantee you, when you distance yourself, you will have incredible people such as myself and, podcast guests and hosts to reach out to you and say, can we connect? Can we collaborate? Can we partner? And you will reinvent yourself unintentionally because the doors will be open to you. A lot of people talk about manifesting. but it's really our ability to access and open things that are different than what we previously were. We weren't previously even open to this knowledge. I never was previously open to it. You never were previously open to LinkedIn. But now that we are, I'm connected to you on 5 different platforms. So I can see what you're doing, who you're doing, what type of conversations are you talking to help elevate myself as well. And so I think that in order to reinvent yourself, you have to be comfortable with also making connections with people you would never meet, never talk to, in order to elevate yourself. I think that was like the biggest things of open the door to new opportunities and closing it simply because I got sick of people saying, I remember when.
Oh man, that's very hard for a lot of people. Some people are gonna say, you mean to tell me I gotta leave some people behind to get where I want to be in life? Oh no. That's hard for a lot of people because, you know, you have family. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your sister, it could be your brother, it could be your first cousin that you grew up with. Y'all were neighbors. Y'all saw each other every day. And now that y'all 35, 40, 50 years old, y'all don't really have anything in common no more. You know, he's making little smart little backhanded comments, and you looking at him like, what do you mean by that, man? I don't like that. And you don't really know how to take it, but a lot of times, I'm guilty of this too. A lot of times we let it slide. The first time it happens, we be like, oh, maybe he's going through something, man. I'll talk to you later, right? And then a couple months might go by, and then it happens again, something totally different, and you be like, hey, what's up? And you might talk to him this time. Hey, what's up with that, man? Why you said that? And then he'll say, well, reason I think this, I think that, about whatever it is, and then you're looking like, wait a minute, you've been hating on me all this time. What? So I know you can relate to this.
I myself on mute because I'm like clapping, saying you preaching to the choir. It's crazy. That is so true. And so many people are going through this, like you said, and we don't know how to do it. I did not know how to do it. I'm 37. I'll be 38 this month, and I am still struggling with that. But I had to recognize that I heard this lady, she talked about how we're all on a train. And so you may be at the front of the train, I may be at the back of the train. Like, I'm still connected to you, but I'm just not there yet. But as long as this train is moving, then we are all moving forward from where we were. So we might have been in Charlotte, and now we stopped in Atlanta. You might be actually in Atlanta. I might be 30 miles outside of Atlanta, but I'm no longer in Charlotte anymore. And because I made the decision to move forward, people are going to gradually see like, oh, okay, they're changing. They're doing things. They moving, they grooving, they speaking different, they acting different, and they can decide to close the gap, but I can't go below you. I heard somebody say a quote like, the only way people can pull you down is you have to recognize that they're already beneath you. And so recognizing that was like, oh my God, they're already beneath me. They're trying to pull me down to their level and I can't. I'm going to elevate you up. So I'm going to keep moving forward. And eventually, because you have some sort of access to me, whether it's through social media, through podcasts, whatever, you will eventually move forward. But I cannot do that. And it's hard. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. You're going to want to call them. You're going to want to do it. But just take a pulse. How do you feel after you talk to that person? What are your conversations about? Are we talking about making money and how can we use LinkedIn more effective and how can we grow our career? Are we talking about the same people, the same things that we did 10 years ago? So that's why we keep having to go back to I remember when, because you're not even inviting this new person who I am as a wife, a mother, a social media strategist, an author, your podcast, a marketer, all of this qualities that you have. Are they even willing to be on it? Do they even listen to the show? I mean, you can listen to 5 minutes. You do highlights within your show. They don't even have to listen to the full show, but you're not even celebrating me. And I tell people it's free to like, follow, share, and comment. That is the one thing you can do. You may not have money like Jeff Bezos' daddy or Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, but if you can like, follow, share, and comment on my content that I have, that's a game changer. That's putting it out there to the algorithm that somebody is paying attention. And so those are things that I just like try to pay attention to.
Yeah, I agree 100%, you know. So how do you, I guess, is there, okay, you know, you have your professional life and then you have your personal life. And I know sometimes the lines can be a little blurred in between. So what do you tell people as far as, because, you know, when you're, I guess, you know, at work or maybe, you know, you're an entrepreneur or doing your own thing or whatever, you're going to run into, every once in a while, you might run into somebody, you'd be like, you know what, that person a little bit different. I might want to date that person. So, but the lines can be a little blurred sometimes. Because the other person might not be thinking like you thinking. So how do you decipher, you know, when it comes to that? You know, what do you tell people?
You're getting real juicy now. No, this is so great because I had this conversation with my husband. Again, like I said, I'm networking more than I've ever had in my life. And we had to literally sit down because he says, you're too friendly. You smile at everybody and everybody got to be your friend and you make everybody feel good. And I'm like, I'm not trying to. Like, yeah. I think that I'm just want you to feel bad. Like, who wants to go around and be like, feel bad all the time? Like, I want to celebrate you. Especially in our culture, we don't do enough of celebrating. And he got upset because he was like, men may take that differently.
That's true.
They may think it as a way of coming on to you, even though you're not. Like, you smiling at them, you know, really uplifting them, you're making them feel good. So what are you going to do? And I'm like, okay, well, the first thing I'm gonna tell everybody is I like my husband. Some people don't like their husband. I like my husband. I love my husband. And the third thing is I respect my husband. And I let that be known, like, no matter where I'm going to. If I'm in a boardroom, if I'm in a grocery store, wherever, I am letting that known, like, hey, I like, love, and respect my husband. But I also, my gift is to encourage you. I want to see you happy. I want to see you excel. And I got a slew of single friends. It's not your soulmate. Like, don't think that it's me that's your soulmate, but I'm definitely here to partner with you to elevate you. I never use the words, it burns me when people are like, it's my work husband. Nah, I only got one husband. I don't have no work husband. I don't have no this. You are literally a friend, a colleague, a collaborator, a partner, but that's it. Like, that's as simple as that's going to be. And so that's the way that I've been able to establish that lines of communication. I know too many men, I feel like, who don't do that. I feel like women, we got the respect thing down, but it's the men that be like a little bit too friendly and they the ones that end up getting caught. So I would love to hear, like, how do men do things like that, especially because to me in the professional world, it seems like a lot more men hold the power and women aspire to be with men who are powerful. Oh my God, this guy, you know, with you, I looked at all your social media platforms. You got like over 50,000 followers, you know, views, you got millions of views, things like that. So, oh, he gonna get me to be famous. So how do you, you know, ensure that you keep it respectful? Or, you know, as you're looking for those things, that you make it to where, look, you just might not be my type.
Yeah, you made a good point. Now I'm guilty because I was raised, and in our family, we're very affectionate. So we like to hug people, we like to dab and everything. But a lot of people, just like you said, they take it the wrong way. They'll think, oh, he's making a pass at me. And I said, no, I was just being nice, you know? So a lot of times what I had to do is I would make it known or follow up with a comment, or I'll say something like, if it was a woman, I'll say something like, I said, you know what? You're going to make some man happy one day. I'll say something like that. So you know, that tells her that I ain't interested. Right? You know, so I've had to learn how to do that. Now, in the beginning, you know, I wasn't really aware of how people would take some of my comments or some of my behavior or interaction. You know, so sometimes when people see me online, mostly they if they get a chance to see me in person, it's usually pretty positive. Every once in a while, someone might freak out and act like I'm a celebrity or something like that, which that, you know, that's kind of strange because, you know, I'm just a regular guy that I just do some uncommon things or whatever, but I'm not a public figure or anything like that. You know, I mean, I understand. I mean, I make some type of impact or some type of difference in people's lives. And that's great, you know. But you know, I take it, you know, take it for what it is, and you know, I interact with people and I keep it positive. But I make it known that in some type of way that, hey, I'm not the guy for you. You know, in some type of way, I either will say something or do something, and they'll get it for the most part. So that's how I handle it.
Have you noticed though that the relationship has changed? Because I noticed for the ones who wanted something romantic, it changes. Like our dynamics changes, where before they will root for me, and then it's sort of like that brush off. And that's the part where I'm like, dang, you know, like, why do you have to take it there? Versus like, oh man, you know, that person, he felt some type of way. Like, it does impact, because I noticed like a lot of people will like really go hard, and then when their I guess true intentions are known, that they wanted to turn the relationship romantic, they really sort of like shun me in instance. There's a better word for that. I'll say distance themselves. And so it really is like, dang, well, this was such a great partnership. Why would you allow things done when I let it know from the beginning that I was a married woman? Because the number one question people ask you, how you doing? Who are you? What you do? And so whenever that question is asked, I'm quick to say like, okay, well, I'm married to the love of my life. I got 2 kids. So it's known up front. But I think, like you said, through our interactions, it may come off confusing because I'm so friendly. Like you said, we grew up touching. When we laugh, I'm going to touch you. I'll be like, you know, like really crack up with you. And I think that really, if they are not married or if they are looking for something else, once I really make it clear, like you said, like, I'm not that girl. Have you noticed that strain on your relationships?
Yeah, I think a lot of times when you first meet someone, they have their own intentions, right? And if things aren't going the way they would like, I think some people get a little salty or whatever, and some people might say, you know, I don't want to work with her at all now. You know, I just or it's whatever, right? You know, some people are like that. I ran into that. You know, it's like their whole demeanor changed once they figured out that things aren't going the way they would like, or I'm just not interested. And I ran into that. You know, but you know, I just I don't take it personal. I just, okay, I don't know what's going on, you know, but I just take it for what it is, and I just move on, you know, because there's been times where I wanted a friendship with somebody, and even couples sometimes, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. They weren't feeling me like I was feeling them for whatever reason, you know, and that's just how it is sometimes, you know.
I love that. And I appreciate you sharing that. Just because simply I was watching another podcast and the lady was questioning the host, and he was like, "This is my show." And he was like, "Well, what if there was nobody who ever met you? If I shared on my podcast and no one never knew who you were, they want to know like more about you too. It's not just about getting to know the guest." And I thought that was really powerful, that from now on, you know, always take a moment to really speak to people as if it's their first time, especially if you have like more guests and they're sharing things out. So that's why I've been like really trying to promote you too, so that way people can know more about you, especially when it comes to the business world. So many people need websites. The marketing is a big thing that they tell people, you know, you need attention. That's why your business is failing. Nobody knows who you are. What are you doing? And so opportunities like that is a great way for you to, you know, share your insights about things. As I share this podcast with other people, I really want to know who their next go-to person is.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I'm more conscious of what I say and do today more than ever, because, you know, when I was younger, especially in my 20s, you know, I was just doing stuff, you know, and I was, in my mind, I'm like, this is not a big deal, man. This is not complicated. Everybody should be able to do this, you know, but everybody's not like me, you know, so, but I'm not even thinking that, you know, I'm just living my life, right? And I met this woman one day. It was a man and a woman, and a guy, older guy, and they told me, they said, "Hey, you're being selfish." I'm like, "Why didn't you say that?" Because you think everybody's just like you. You think everybody's traveled the world like you, had all the experiences like you, or you just assume that they supposed to know without you even telling them, or without them even getting to know you. And I thought about that, and I was like, yeah, I kind of do that. You know, so that's why I'm
who are you? Like, introduce yourself. Like, you started out with us, like, introduce who you are. Like, what is King of Cash Flow Websites? What's that about? Like, how can we connect with you? Who are you?
Really, it started off being about, I had, in the beginning, I kind of evolved. I started off with 10 websites, right? And every website was based on a certain profession at the time, right? I had a website that I helped a doctor create. Then I had another website about making money online. And that's basically how I got started, right? And then over time, other people wanted websites. Could be on real estate, investing, could have been on fitness, and, you know, and I took all my experiences and I just took it to the next level. And today, I pretty much can create a website based on anything. Now there's one thing I don't do. I don't do adult content. I won't be involved in that, you know? So not only do I help people create their own websites, I teach them how to market and promote it online as well. So I teach people, or show them, or I teach people how to get leads with their websites. So that's where I'm at now, you know, and a lot of times I do it with the help of video. You know, it's like I tell people what to say in the video that could be on their website, or it could be on LinkedIn, or it could be on YouTube, you know. So that's where I'm at today.
And how does Can't Love find into, like, it's intertwined with all of this? the Can't Love podcast? How is that like
Love
intertwined
Can't
with
Wait.
the website?
Oh, well, that got started during the pandemic. And what happened is I started a channel called Love Can't Wait 10 years ago. And it was based on personal development and me traveling and just hanging out with my friends and family. And then it kind of evolved and changed over time. And people started sending me emails and they wanted to know, hey, how'd you meet all these people? How's that country? And what I used to do, I used to take those questions and record videos. I used to answer the questions in the videos, and then people started to send me emails. They wanted to come on as a guest. And during the pandemic is when I launched the podcast. So that's how the Love Can't Wait podcast came about. It really started from me having the YouTube channel first. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that because you can only dig so much. And so I followed you on all of the social media platforms, but what I was missing, how'd you get started? Where did all of these ideas come from? So that's really cool that you were able to connect things. And you said something that's powerful that I hope our business leaders are listening to. What are questions that you're asked about that you can answer and put videos to it to make yourself known that you are the go-to person? What questions do your family members, your friends ask you about people as you're posting these videos? And then you can turn it into content or your own particular podcast and answer these questions, because people are dying to know, because we make these assumptions. Oh, everybody knows how to get to Facebook, or everybody knows how to be a marketer. Everybody knows how to be an author. And it's like, no, people want to add these, what I call titles, to their legacy, and they really don't know how to get started. So you really are expert in various ways that people will love to get to. And if they're connecting with you on this episode 200, 300, I know you have quite a few, they're just connecting with you on this particular episode. They want to find out the information. So I appreciate you taking the time to share that, because I didn't know that.
Yeah. I basically, the same thing I did on my first channel, I do the same thing on this channel. Of course, there's different talking points, but it's the same concept. And I tell other people, you can do the same thing. I mean, you just take some of the most common questions that you might have and, just talk about it on LinkedIn. You can do a live, or you can do a collab with somebody, and it could be based, and it don't necessarily gotta be based on some side hustle you have. It could be based on your job. You could create a brand based on your job. It's
Hey, that's the quickest way to get hired. I was telling a client that she got a $30,000 pay increase, exact same job title. It did not change. She was a senior business analyst, and now she's a lead business analyst. $30,000 pay increase, simply because she went from one company to the next, and she marketed herself as an analytics ace, turning numbers into knowledge. And people were like, oh, I need to hear that. You're not just this financial person. You say you can do the responsibilities, but to your point, how you market yourself, even if it's just your job, you will be surprised that the same job that you have, they will pay you $50,000, $100,000 more as you being the expert of it. And you're doing the exact same thing. Just people just need to know about you. And the best way to do that is, like you said, answering questions. online, like letting people know who you are and getting enough people to like, follow, share, and comment. It's a game changer for people, like you said, to be a public figure and be famous and have people come up to you. It really is a thing. As TikTok famous and being a LinkedIn thought leader, it's a game changer for you and your family. Like the days of having to wait and just moving from point A to point B, that no longer existed. You literally could go from A to Z very quickly by leveraging social media.
Yeah. But this is my last question. How did you get into public speaking? How'd that come about?
I'm gonna go back to my church days.
Okay.
Hi again. I'm a big talker. And always, I was the person that'd be like, "You got a big mouth." And my auntie drove the Vacation Bible School bus. My mom made us remember everything. And I won the Bible School Verse Championship because I memorized all these Bible verses. And so it was like 500 kids, like not even kidding, in this massive church in Nebraska. And we had to memorize the Bible, just different verses. A is for this, B is for this, C is for this. And I was the only one that could get to like T. And so the person kept asking me, so what's U? What's W? What's Z? And so I feel like public speaking really started when I was about 11 years old because of Vacation Bible School and having to do all these Easter speeches. At least in the Black culture, like that's what you had to do. You remember that, like having to stand up in church. Yeah. So I didn't for fear of it because you're a kid. You're 10 and it's 30 people, 50 people. I think at the max, like at my church, was like 150 people because Easter is always packed. Yeah. And they like, come on, baby, you got this. And so I'm like, oh, they like me. They like what I gotta say. The mic, they listen. So I grab a mic every time. So I feel like it really started back then. But I will say I learned the power of words back in 2016 when I heard of The Secret. And I know this, like as a kid, my mom always would tell you, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, what I really didn't realize is like your world is formed by the words that you speak. So if I'm saying I'm a single mom and I'm broke and I don't have any money until Tuesday, like if I say those words, it really, really does form it. And now I'm saying like the right people are attracted to me and everybody is going to show me favor and I'm going to be on 25 stages for 2025. I've literally got a lot more yeses than I got no's. I still got some no's and it still hurts when I do get the no's, but it's really powerful when you just simply ask. Like if you ask a question, people are 9 times out of 10 able to say yes. So I would say the short answer is I started in Sunday schools, but really officially like public speaking for careers and coaching piece, it started back in 2016 where I really wanted my life to change and not be the same statistic that I felt that I was given when I was in high school.
Nice. I have the same experience. I used to do Easter speeches, and the thing I like about Easter speeches is being in the church, they would wait. If you got it wrong initially, they were like, come on, you can do it. They would actually wait for you to get it done. So that's the thing I liked about doing Easter speeches. And I did this for, I don't know, maybe until I was, say, 17 years old, doing Easter speeches like that. Now, my mom, I saw the power of words with my mom, because my mom was a speaker. And I saw how people reacted to my mom as a kid. And I think I was about maybe 13 or 14 years old. And I said, I don't know what my mom got, but I want that. I want to learn how to do that. because the pastor, every once in a while the pastor go on his little spill and talking about stuff that's going on in the church and going on in the community and everything, right? And he would call on random people. Sister John, Brother John, could you get up and say hello, something? Sister Vanessa, could you get up and say hello, such and such? So he would call on my mom, Sister Lena, could you get up and say something about whatever, right? And my mom would get up off the cuff and go on like a little rant for like 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. that. And I would see, once the church gets out, people would walk up to her and say, oh, thank you for that. That did something to me. That made a difference in my life. I needed to hear that. And I was like, Dad, if I can learn how to do that, just half of that. Oh man. That would be wonderful.
I love it. Like, as you were talking, I was just like visualizing your mom standing up and doing everything. It's so powerful. Words are so powerful. And I think that's the one thing that people keep saying, like, why you will not be AI replaced, because these thoughts that you have and how it comes out and how you can encourage and empower people and change lives. Like, literally, there have been people who have said, like, their lives are transformed by listening to, you or reading your words. You literally can be a healer. And so those are things that I'm like, okay, AI cannot replace us. We are, so intelligent, so incredible, and people need each other. We need that connection. We need that community. And so I'm so excited to continue to listen and hear all of the incredible speakers that you will have and giving them a platform to have their voice on. This has been really a great experience.
Yeah. So if people wanted to follow you and reach out to you online and work with you, where would they go to?
Yeah, so I would say the best place is LinkedIn at Lovely Is Your Story. I am a Forbes coach. Thank you, God. So you can connect with me by doing Lovely Marshall. I will say you can Google me. My name is unique. So if you Google Lovely Marshall, you will find me for Forbes Coaching Council. All of the articles that I posted on TikTok at Lovely Is Your Story. A video is your form versus words, because LinkedIn is known for articles and words. You could definitely connect with me there. Instagram, Facebook is more so about from high school love to marrying my husband. So if you want to know, like, hey, don't give up on love and steps that I did to attract my high school sweetheart to relocate, you can definitely follow me on Facebook as well. But everything, if you do at Lovely Is Your Story on any of the platforms, you'll be able to find me. And I'm so honored to celebrate you all.
There you have it. Share this episode. All links will be found in the show notes. Until next time, we're out. Peace.